to Effing Details Podcast. I am Mark Simmons, and you are?
Jill Simmons.
And we're on the same side of the table again.
I know. Why is that?
Really, well, when we do these things, that's usually because we have a special guest. But before we get into our special guest, number one, I want to thank you all for watching the Effing Details Podcast or listening to the Effing Details Podcast and liking us and subscribing to us. And for all of you that have not subscribed to us, please subscribe to us. We're not begging, but we are, because that's what we do.
Yeah.
But we really do appreciate it. You can also go to our website, effingdetails.com, and easy links to subscribing and Spotify, whatever. Okay, housekeeping done.
All right.
So we are super happy to have a special guest with us today. And one of the things about the Effing Details podcast is that everyone has a journey. And at some point, people have done things and either said, fuck the details, and gone ahead and done it, or, oh my God, the details got in the way and it stopped me from doing it. And everyone has a life story. So we're super happy to have with us today Andy Capadouca from
Cogito Painting in sunny Nanaimo, British Columbia.
So that means that he had to take a long ferry ride to get to us. But thank you for being here today.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Yeah. So Andy, for transparency, I've known you for a long time.
Yes.
I don't know if we go back to 2017, 2016, something like that. And we've have relationships on different levels.
Yeah.
Business relationships and whatnot. And learned a lot about you. You learned a lot about me. And you have a pretty incredible story. In my opinion, you have an incredible story. You don't seem sold on your incredible story, Andy.
Okay, so I don't really know Andy at all.
No.
Just a little bit.
Yep.
And I don't know his story. So I'm excited to hear the story.
I think Mark is generous and knows that every person has an exceptional story behind them.
Absolutely.
So I'm keen to see what my big story is.
Yeah. So is everybody.
Yeah. And we do call Andy Smiling Andy. Andy is always smiling.
Yeah.
Even through adversity, from what I've seen, you always do smile. So the reason that, for so many reasons, I feel you have an amazing story. Because you have this company called Cogito Painting. How long have you had Cogito Painting for?
6 months.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
6 months. Yeah.
6 months.
Yes.
Yeah.
I rebranded my painting company after 10 years.
Wow.
And the first detail I had to say F was the name of the company.
Right.
I knew that in January I needed to get started right away. And while picking a perfect, catchy, marketable name would have been a lot of fun, and I probably could have taken all year to do it, we said, fuck the details and let's go. This is a name that has meaning to me, and I was pretty certain there would be no name conflict issues when I needed to buy the domain, needed to register it with the province and the Fed, so I could cash checks under the name.
Perfect. So what is the meaning behind the name?
The meaning to me is to avoid Descartes' folly, to avoid falling into having to serve the business instead of the business serving me. So starting a business for me was a lifestyle, a work-life balance choice that my effort would be rewarded and I could be in better control over how my work was remunerated.
Right.
The cogito is Descartes' thought experiment. I think, therefore I am.
Oh.
So, and then some philosophers, as they like to do, kick it around that he went too far. He took it too far. So Descartes' folly, they said, you had us with, I think. You should have stopped there. So with my business, I really didn't want to get into a place where I never see my family. I can't, my relationships suffer because I'm running a business.
Right.
So that would be the folly for me. So I really want to make sure that the business serves my goals and my ideals.
That's amazing. Yeah, to set up a business that way. Because a lot of people, they just put on the gas pedal and go.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
and they don't have that work-life balance. And it never works out very well. If
No, I try to put a little bit of thought into. Yeah, I try to think a little bit before I leap. But I think this is what I love about this F the Details is we can get bogged down trying to find the perfect moment to jump and miss the jump altogether. So
Absolutely. So how did you actually start off with a painting business?
Fun.
Was it okay? Let's start at the beginning. Was the painting business your first small business venture, or did you have something before that?
I had something before this.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'd spent a long time as a gardener.
Oh, did you
Yeah,
really?
I did. I did. I
Oh.
got to study plants. I love plants. Yes. Yeah. It really.
Our sad little
So
plant here.
recently, when I've needed to feel grounded again, I've been playing in my garden at home a little bit
nice.
more to sort of find the balance and reset. So I was a passionate gardener, ran a fun gardening company for a long time, and looked at the business side of things a little bit more, and liked what painting had to offer in the business respect. So the faster turnaround time is one, like instant gratification of painting,
Gotcha.
is right there. We put grass seed down,
Yes.
and you're 5 days before it sprouts, and then you're 3 weeks before it looks a little bit green.
Yeah.
It takes a long time.
It does.
Whereas if we were going to spray a football field, we could spray the whole thing green in an afternoon and you're done.
Right.
So the instant gratification of painting is there. The cash flow is much easier with painting, I find, than with the landscaping side of things and gardening.
Oh.
Yeah,
Interesting.
because the finite things are so much. I have a friend whose company is Perfect Lines Enterprises, his painting company, because things are encapsulated in these perfect lines.
Right.
You can see the delineation between done and not done is very clear. Whereas in gardening, things are a little bit. Things grow. Things
Right.
grow and change.
Or not.
Yeah, that's right. Yes,
my
heaven
garden.
forbid. Yes.
Things are changing ground.
That's-
and
yes,
but,
yes, yes.
But yes, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It takes a while. So if you go back even before the gardening, was there always like an entrepreneurial sort of spirit there, or did you? Is it something that you just kind of fell into, or did you always just really want to be a small business owner?
No, I definitely fell into it.
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. I had a number of jobs where I really enjoyed the work.
Mm-hmm.
I loved the work. I might have loved the people I was with or learned to love them. That's finding the positives in situations is really maybe it's a born innate characteristic, but I really appreciate that I can often find the positives in a tricky situation.
Wow.
So even when I was an employee, I feel like I found ways to look up to my boss and enjoy the work. I was given an offer that was too good to refuse that led to my first business venture.
Wow, that's incredible.
So has it been easy building a business? It's a yes or no question. Judge Judy, yes or no?
No.
Has it been easy?
No.
Okay.
No.
It takes a certain amount of a lot of things.
Yes.
And so can we go back in time to, let's say, university?
Yes.
Because there's something I know about you is in university, in sports, you were a what?
A wrestler.
Oh,
And
wow.
at a high level.
I can, yes. People
Own it, dude.
people were at a high level around me.
Yes, and you were as well.
I got to lose some great matches to people that were exceptional at the sport.
Wow.
And you still took them on.
Yes.
You still
yes.
took them on.
Yes.
Yeah. So where does that fighting spirit come from?
This is like a nature nurture kind of question. That
Maybe.
Yeah. Was I born with this loving to roughhouse?
Or competitiveness.
Yeah. So Relative to others, again, yes. So I have a competitive nature for sure.
Okay.
I love to compete. I love to test my limits and my boundaries. And sports always given me a really positive outlet for the competitive nature. It's been a safe place where I can push myself to and sometimes beyond what I'm physically capable of.
Even if you fail.
Yes.
And you're okay accepting the
Failure is a huge part of it. Yes. Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
That's
So,
amazing.
as a wrestler, one of the greatest honors is to be able to go out on the mat with somebody who is of world-class caliber, and at that, as the hands are being shaken, we are meeting on equal terms.
Wow, that's fantastic.
And the outcome, while almost certain, when an Olympian or a world-class wrestler meets a provincial wrestler, the outcome is pretty certainly going to the world-class athlete.
Right.
But there's a slight question. Not much of one, but a slight possibility.
There
Always a
is
chance.
There's always a chance.
always a chance.
Yes,
Right.
it's a Dumb and Dumber.
There's always a
So you're
chance.
saying there's a chance.
Yes.
Do you feel that that led you to having success and feeling confident
Yes.
and breeding confidence?
Yeah, so this is one of those beautiful parts, again, that I've taken from sport, that the process, working through a process and getting to restart, getting to try again, getting to fail and pick back up and try either the same process or try a different avenue to success. I feel this really, really, really works well with business. So I took up long distance running for a time.
Okay.
And while I wanted to run 25 kilometers, I wasn't physically able at the start. I went
Right.
from 0 kilometers to not 25,
Yeah.
but I had this 25 or 44 kilometers as a goal. And so you start with 1 kilometer. And the process starts, and what seems impossible becomes possible. And with my business, this too has been the case,
Right.
where I can look at successful people that I consider to be successful business owners and take steps to achieve my goals.
Yeah. You brought up like a whole bunch of gold in that.
Yeah.
In
that
all
little-
of that. I'm like, so let's go back to what you just said, because there's a lot of amazingness in it. So number one was 1 mile at a time. That's that old adage about how do you eat an elephant, right?
Right. Yes.
1 bite at a time. Except you would never eat an elephant.
No.
How would you eat a vegetarian elephant? 1 bite at a time still. But that's what it is. It is one small step at a time.
Right.
But the piece that gets you from 1K to 25K, or 1 mile to 25, whatever it is the other thing you mentioned was adaptability,
Right.
which you clearly have. And that's come up on our podcast topics a lot, is about, in business, the need for adaptability,
Right.
Right.
creativity, and the big one, perseverance. Perseverance. I know I'm not a fighter, dude. Clearly, I'm not a fighter. I'm not in any shape to fight. I'm a runner. I will run. I would never do the wrestling thing. I explained a story to you earlier about how I hurt my knee. Clearly not anything to do with sports. But you have that characteristic in you to take on a sport like wrestling, and the learnings from that got you here today. So what would you say is the biggest thing you use now, the biggest learning from the past that you use now? What's the theme that keeps coming back for you?
Recovery. Okay. So if there's a big day at home, big emotional day at home, or a big physical day at work or in sport, that acknowledging where I am now, and then trying to recover so that I'm not held back by what yesterday brought into today, so that I can recover, I can acknowledge where I am now and try to move forward, so that my recovery time is, while not being oblivious to what's happened, acknowledging what happened, but still moving forward. So the ability to bring forward, always moving forward.
Always moving forward, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's really interesting how you took one business, looked at it, and thought, I better morph into a different business,
Yep.
and took that business and went, I think I need to rebrand.
Yep.
So would you say that that is due to you having great instinct, or is this because there's something, sometimes there's something innate in people that they just, they know it's time, or they whatnot, or gut feeling?
Yeah, I think sometimes I hang on to things a little bit. Well, yeah, balance is always tricky for me. So sometimes I hold on to things too long, and other times I let go of them too fast.
Right.
Hindsight is great for that.
True, right?
So Andy, we talked about you and the changes in your business a few times. What for you is, when you're looking at, you had one painting business,
Mm-hmm.
and then you shifted for a whole variety of reasons, which you can or cannot talk about. But you shifted.
Yeah.
What was your biggest concern about taking that leap?
Failure.
Yeah.
Definitely. What if no one ever phones me again? What if my website gets zero traffic? What if I never get a Google review? What if my revenue goes to zero? What if my crew leaves? What if my supplier just failure? Go through the abyss of every iteration of failure possible, and then forget maybe, or just push that to the side enough to take the first step forward.
Did any of that happen?
No.
Oh, good.
No. I'm sure there's always
Something.
There's always things I could do better, so I could frame it in a from a failure standpoint. But
Right.
really finding the rosy glow to things is how I prefer to operate. So building on success, working towards success, keeping my eye on that. So there's definitely things I can do better.
Mm-hmm.
But no, after the relaunch, my numbers tracked with what I had hoped for and what I had predicted. And then some of the relationships, while different, are positive. I felt the new business launch empowered and positive and productive and creative. Those are some of the key feels that I've had from the business.
Wow.
And so it's been really pleasurable to launch the new business. Stress, but in a productive and positive framework.
How important was your network and your community in the transition?
Wow. Relationships I find that business relationships are vital. Watching how getting a phone call from a big shot at a big company to tease me about my company name, right? Somebody that I've known for 10 years, and it manages a big company and huge projects, and he takes the time to phone me just to take a shot. What's with this stupid name?
Perfect.
And
Yeah.
it was the biggest pat on the back.
That's for sure, right? If you took the time to actually phone about
Yes.
the name, you've nailed it.
Yes.
Right?
And so he said he gave me these avenues to make sure that his company knew how to get a hold of me, how to cut checks to the new company, so that we would remain in business together.
That's amazing.
Really, really fun.
Right.
So I got to learn more about relationships and the existing relationships, the change in company, where find out who is actually just trying to help me out.
Right.
So you get lots of people that I think like me, and then they right, and then they really put it out there. How can we bring you forward? How can we help build this with you?
Right.
So the relationships are terrifically important.
Yeah, that's for sure.
And probably that's also probably one of the fear points is I had these relationships, which you spent a lot of years building,
Right.
and now this shift was big enough where you could potentially lose the relationships for various reasons, but didn't.
Right.
Surprise.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Surprise. And then here you are maintaining and moving on with the relationships, because in the end they hired you, Andy, through all of it.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's where the name, while having some meaning, I got a pat on the back from another client who said, no disrespect, but you're in my phone as Andy Painter. You've been in my phone as Andy Painter for 10 years. I know your last name's Capadouca, but you're Andy Painter. So when I need the guy, I just call you.
Yeah.
And so that's an important thing for people listening to us, because the benefit of having these conversations and having guest speakers and guests on our show like you is that in the moment you always feel like you're in it alone. It's just you. Oh, I'm going through this alone. It's horrible. The reality is there's so many people going through it too who also feel alone. So when they're hearing things that it's shared stories, shared experiences, and shared encouragement for each other. So there's probably a lot of people who are considering changing their businesses, changing their things, and really the fear of losing your past clients for various reasons. A lot we make up in our head,
right?
But it's real to us, and you're kind of proof at the moment that. But do it anyway. So it's there and do it anyways.
Right.
It's fear and do it anyways.
Yes.
It's all these things.
Yes.
And you're there. I did a workshop a while back. Actually did it on a cruise ship, which was cool. And it was called Leadership Skills I Learned from My Grandfather. And there was a whole list. My grandfather was an electrical contractor and for a lot of years. And I learned a lot from him growing up. I used to go in the truck when I was like 7, 6, 5, and we used to sit on a wire spool, the wooden spool of wire, in the front of the van.
Seems safe.
Yeah, they didn't care about kids back then, so you didn't have to have a seatbelt. But then we would just go for, we'd check on a job and his guys, and then we'd go for coffee. And then we'd go here and go for coffee. I thought my grandfather just went for coffee all the years. But I learned a lot from him. And, I learned and from my grandmother too. My grandmother's thing, speaking of coffee, was everyone is worth a cup of coffee. You can debate that a little bit now. Is everyone worth a cup of coffee? I don't know.
Most.
But the point was give everyone a chance, an opportunity to meet with them, right? So for you, is there a piece of advice, something from the past, something you've learned from someone important or unimportant to you that kind of rings true always, that is kind of a mantra for you?
The first thing that comes to mind is from my first boss. And he said, sometimes you just do things without expecting or wanting or needing anything back. Right. So just do this. This just leads me to just do the work. So do what I think needs to be done, and to continue doing it. So it's very much. If I'm just thinking about the profitability of my company, then I might miss out on some key relationship building moments. I might miss out on some customer service moments. I might miss out on taking care of my team. That if I'm focused too closely on one thing, what I get back, then I can miss out on the bigger picture. Right. So this giver's gain kind of mentality comes up in a number of different ways. But do without expecting anything in return. So,
Right. And also another piece of gold from Andy Capadouca from Cogito Painting. You're full of them. We didn't give you a script or anything. You're just coming up with these things. This is amazing. It is that piece about, in business they say if your focus is on making money, your business will fail. But if you focus on providing the best product and or service, and that's your focus, that's how you become successful.
Okay.
Does not say that money's not important.
No.
Right, and that's not what you're saying.
No.
I'm not saying
Yes.
money's not
Money is important.
but it's where it's keeping an eye. Yes, there's the money, but keeping an eye on what are the really important things that are making you the money, like your people,
Right.
and your relationships.
Yes.
And I've heard you talk before too, though, when you've talked about jobs, and you're like, yeah, but we did this extra anyways. We went above and beyond.
Sure.
We didn't need this paint, but we did it anyways because it looked better, and so you have that in you of the giving. Just cause.
Sure. That's again something I learned from a competitor. Is that they is a threefold health test for the company. So where we have healthy and happy painters, ridiculously happy clients, and a profitable company.
Right.
And with those three pillars, we can continue moving forward.
Right. So what scares the shit out of you?
Ooh, that's a great question.
What scares the shit out of me?
It's clearly not Olympic class wrestler standing in front of you. So what the hell scares you?
What scares me? Gosh.
Could be nothing.
No, there's definitely so the imposter imposter syndrome, figuring out that I'm not who I want to be, figuring out that I'm not who I think I am, or that how I think I'm presenting is not actually what's being conveyed. So I think if I really want to bring passion and creativity and love and joy and bliss, if this is how I want to present, am I bringing that, or am I just bringing that for myself and not providing that for others? So yeah, not being, I think, missing out on my authenticity, or missing out on being myself, the best myself that I can be. I think that would be like a big miss, big fear for me.
Do you know what your impact is?
No.
Oh.
No.
You don't?
No. I don't think I do.
Interesting.
Yeah. And I feel like this is where I can take certain signposts as I think this is something good, and so I will try to continue doing that, or do more of that,
right.
or surrounding myself in like-minded people, or people that I can try to emulate, and then working through those actions. So volunteering in sport, volunteering as a soccer coach,
right.
Getting to work with youth, having human conversations with my team, my painters, so we can learn and grow together.
Right.
But I think I wouldn't know how to quantify an impact. Yeah, I think that would be a difficult one to understand.
The fake it till you make it, which a lot of us do. It's a Richard Branson thing. Never say no, say yes and figure it out. I believe that quote is to him. I don't know if he actually said it. That's what I remember. But the fake it till you make it thing is a thing, and it has an end. I feel it has an end. That you can fake it so long.
Right.
So that imposter thing is, yes, you can kind of imposter for so long, but it's not necessarily sustainable. Yet here you are doing you, clearly not an imposter. You've got a great business now. You are volunteering everywhere, working with your kids, working with others as well, and supporting the community in Nanaimo in a big way. That's real. That's not imposter stuff.
Totally.
At least in my world. There's nothing imposter about you. You are the smiling guy. Does not mean you're always happy. 'Cause
Right.
Who the hell is?
No,
Sure.
exactly.
Sure.
But it's
Right.
contagious, for
Yeah,
sure.
it is. Very much so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I could feel your impact immediately in the first, 5 minutes of meeting you, right? That's why it's surprising to me that you don't know your impact, because your impact is...
He's a humble guy.
Yeah, I
He's
guess.
humble
Very-
smiling Andy.
Yeah,
Humble,
you're
smiling
very
Andy, which is good.
impactful. You have a presence with you.
That feels really nice to hear. Thank you,
No,
Bill.
you really do. I have a question.
Uh-oh.
Question. In regards to business, what in the business sense has been a real push for you, where you've almost stopped yourself and had to get over that sort of hump to push yourself forward and really move forward?
So there's two different pieces.
Okay.
One is just my personal growth and development as a human, procrastination and following through and accountability. So as the driver, the engine of my small business, getting over myself so that everything can get done.
Right.
So that personal growth and development piece has been key, and having a great coach has helped with that. Someone to encourage me to continue to grow as a person and to let go of what needs to let go and just keep on moving forward. Okay. So gratitude to my coach. On the business side, the simple day-to-day running of a business, something more quantifiable is the office admin. Mm-hmm. So I have a service-based business. We go out and we try to be the solution
right.
for paint problems. And that's really fun to go out and prep and create and do the coding and apply the coatings. The office piece, the client maintenance, client relationship maintenance, invoicing, keeping up with the governmental agencies, so that we have our continuous WorkSafe coverage and insurance. So that's been a big hurdle, and finding out who to ask and what to ask for has been really, really, really key.
Right.
So I'm so excited to have a great team
back
on board
excellent. Yeah,
to keep me compliant
right.
and to identify these pieces.
Right.
So really knowing that I'm allowed to have these weaknesses, and having the background now to know who to call.
Right. Exactly. That's a key piece. Who to call.
It's a huge piece because you don't have to do it alone.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. You know your strengths, and you hire people to fill in the pieces.
Right. Yeah, and there's a time, I'm sure there was a time when I wanted to do a lot of it alone. Mm-hmm. It's the go fast, go alone, go far, bring a team. Right. Going on my own, sometimes I need to do things quickly and then catch up with the team.
Right.
So it's been really, really, really important to build a team, to build a community, to have people to ask for help. And whether it's talking to my competitors or other business owners, asking for advice on how to engage or deal with the situation, how to grow. The difference between using subcontractors and employees is a fun place in my service business.
Yeah.
Currently, I feel like I can support my team better by having employees.
Right.
But the learning and growth is always fun.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So Andy, 5 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
if I said to you, "Hey Andy, in 5 years, your company's going to be Cogito Painting. You're going to be sitting here doing a podcast with Jill and I," you'd be like, "What? No, that ain't happening."
Who's got time for that?
Yeah, right. And here you are.
Yeah.
And so, what does the next 5 years look like for you?
So the next 5 years, I feel like I've had a really great opportunity with a young family. my youngest is in 5th grade, so the 5 years is a really nice little piece. That the family needs dad at home less. So I will be able to look at doing some more things for myself, and also engaging with the business differently, where I really enjoy the opportunity to drop off and pick up the kids from school.
Yeah.
That's like sometimes self-employment
Yeah.
serves the family. There are times when work keeps me away from home, but for the most part, I'm able to be present in the family. So the next 5 years, I should be able to choose if I want to invest more time in the business, and on my own personal growth and development.
Great. Your number one key to success is what?
Positive outlook.
Oh.
Yeah, I think being positive, instead of focusing on the failure, focus on the next opportunity to try again.
Right.
There also might just be the screw loose that.
There's always a screw.
Well, when I look at my booking percentage, again is over 50%. So I'm so grateful to my wonderful clients and the community that's feeding me wonderful leads. But there was a time when I had a 15% booking percentage. So that was a lot of legwork for not a lot of traction, but I continued to do the work. I continued to move forward. And I can't think of a single rejection that stuck with me, whereas I can think of a few of the yeses, the signed contracts that really propelled me forward.
Right.
So as an entrepreneur, whether it's a positive outlook or just an inability to get hung up on the failures, I think that's really been a success point.
Yeah, success breeds confidence. Right? The more, you get a little success, and then you feel a little more confident, and then it propels you forward, and more success, more confidence, and next thing you know, you've got a whole new business.
This is something funny when being in a room full of entrepreneurs, where you'll often ask if they find themselves to be extroverts or introverts, and how many people are really looking forward to public speaking and how many are not.
Right.
And I think my bias is that everyone else loves public speaking, and everyone else loves to go and put themselves out there.
Right.
But I find that many of my entrepreneurial contemporaries are also not keen on public speaking and are thinking that if they go into this room, no one's going to like them.
Absolutely. No, for sure.
And so while that confidence is there, there's still this sense that I need to do better and I need to be better.
Right.
Yeah. That people share that common thing of needing to be liked. You can let go of that need to be liked, but it takes age. Like 58, whatever. It's only the last few years we're like, I don't care anymore, right? But it was a lot of years of, why don't they like me?
I know.
What's wrong with me? So that is a hard thing.
Right.
And the introvert extrovert in business, though, it is really about pushing yourself, as you've been saying, and going into the uncomfortable.
Right.
Sometimes. Yeah. So Andy, we have for you the Fuck the Details hat.
Great.
The Fuck the Details mug, which you can wear proudly, drink proudly. You do pay attention to detail in your painting company and Cogito Painting, so one is not necessarily related to the other. And we know that because look how amazing you're doing in your business. And and one of the, if you ever wonder if you're not doing well, and the check mark for it is, how many repeat customers do you have? How many times do they call you back, or are they referring you to their people?
Right.
And that's how you're building your business.
Yeah.
Exactly from that.
Right.
So you're doing a lot of the things right. But we want to thank you for being here today, Andy.
Thank you.
How do people get a hold of you? What is your email address?
My email address is info@cogitopainting.com.
Great. So if you're watching on YouTube, we have it in the bio. Well, we'll put it in the bio everywhere, but also on the bottom of the screen on the YouTube video. So info@cogitopainting.com.
And is it just for Nanaimo, or is it?
Yeah, what's your region?
Parts unknown. Oh gosh, good question. We've traveled.
Okay.
We have traveled. Let's say yes for Vancouver Island.
Gotcha.
Vancouver Island.
Yeah.
As we go farther abroad, the project size needs to be bigger.
Right.
So it takes a special project to have us flying in a crew to a remote community.
Yes.
And so the bread and butter, the mainstay of our business is in Nanaimo and surrounding regions.
Perfect.
Yeah, because there's a lot of little islands, like
Yeah.
Roll Island, and Powell River's not far
Powell
away.
River.
And,
That's right.
and
Yeah.
they're all a ferry ride away.
Yep.
Yes.
Which I know you do.
Yep.
And then your website is cogitopainting.com.
That's right.
An easy way to find you on your shirt. There it is. And even to just have a conversation with you is pretty great.
Yeah, it is.
You've done some amazing things. I've known you for a long time. And, everyone has, as we started off, everyone has parts to their story. And we dove into some of the parts. Obviously, we're not diving into the deep parts of everybody's lives. Or we'll be here like all day.
Yeah.
We'll be here all day. We've all got these deep stories. However, the takeaways for me was really about your perseverance, what you learned from being an athlete at that level and the competitive nature, and being able to, when you think about what does it take to be someone who's a wrestler, right? We talk about what are your skills? What do you know? I'm a wrestler. Well, what do you know about what it takes for someone to be a wrestler? Well, you have to be adaptable. You have to be quick thinking on your feet. You have to be able to think in that moment and also predict what's the next move. What's the next move going to be?
Right. But he also has to be competitive. But then the other piece of the puzzle, which really I loved, is that you have this respect together. The wrestlers have this respect, and you're shaking hands, and you all know what page you're on, but there's a respect level there. I feel like you bring all of that to the business, where you've got this respect for your customers, and you want to do the best job possible, and you're personable and wonderful and lovely, but you are also competitive, right? So you want to do a great job and be the best.
Thanks, Jill.
You're welcome.
Yeah. How's that feel? How does it feel to take
That feels terrific. That feels terrific.
Like, no,
That's your
me.
impact,
That's
Andy.
not me.
Well,
That's
and your
your impact.
messaging, right? Like, is my messaging? That was that fear. Like, is what I'm trying to put out actually there, or am I doing not that?
No, I
So that's
I do not know you. I haven't known you for years, but I get it.
Yeah.
So
So, Andy, again, thank you for being with us
Thank
on
you
Effing
so much.
Details. If you have any questions for Jill or myself, you can email us anytime at
Effing Details.
anything at effingdetails.com. You go to our website, effingdetails.com. As we begged in the very beginning, please subscribe,
Hit
please
that
like,
button.
please do something, do something. We were at an event last week, and we had a whole bunch of people come up to us and say, "Oh, we see we've seen your podcast, and we've seen
Yeah, I
this."
was
And we're
surprised
like, people I didn't even know, and I go, "That's really cool."
that you're recognizing
Subscribe,
us.
please.
Yeah.
Subscribe. So yeah, we're not begging, but we are.
We are.
But we appreciate you taking the time. And if you check out our website, effingdetails.com, and we'll see you on the next podcast.